Martin Klein is president of the Zionist Organization of America, and his group is calling for Ms. Sarsour to be removed. And Jumaane Williams is a New York City Council member and a personal and professional friend of Ms. Sarsour's. Welcome to both of you, gentlemen. It's great to have both of you here tonight. Mort, let me start with you. Why should she be removed? We've talked a lot about free speech, Ann Coulter's speech. We talked about Charles Murray. Why shouldn't she be able to say what she wants to say?
There is no constitutional First Amendment right obligation for City College to invite anyone. They can invite who they want. They don't have an obligation to invite her. And they don't have an obligation to keep her on. They can dismiss having her. This is City College's decision. And one of the main reasons we should not have her speak is the fact that she has praised the Intifada, the terror war that's killed several thousand Jews and dozens of Americans. The fact that she has praised killers of Jews. Rasmia Odeh, who was just deported this week, when she was sat on the stage with her, she claimed that this is an honor and a privilege being with this Jew killer. So she is somebody who supports radical Islamic terrorism, as well as being anti-Semitic, where she said that Israel, the Jews, should not have a state of their own. There can be 57 Islamic states, but she's against even one Jewish state. She is a racist, anti-Semite, and a supporter of radical Islamic terrorism. And by having her, it mainstreams those terrible traits.
Jumaane, you're friends with Linda Sarsour.
Yeah.
Why do you think that those things don't matter for this graduate audience?
Well, I would say those things are the furthest from the truth from the Linda Sarsour. I know the one who's in Time 100, in Essence 100, and one of the co-chairs of the Women's March. Even if some of them were true, which they're not, you did speak about free speech. But what has happened, and Mr. Klein and many on the right have done a great job of that, is they've confused people taking political stances against the state and calling anti-Semitism against a religion. I haven't heard Linda Sarsour say anything against Judaism as a religion. I've heard people talk and make political comments, and we have a right and we can discuss whether those political comments are right or not. But to say they're anti-Semite is a different story, and we've found a way to confuse the two. So if you disagree with what they say political, you throw the word anti-Semite out, and that sets a whole new ball of wax in the air.
I'm just curious what you thought about the Ann Coulter issue or Charles Murray at Middlebury. Would you support their right to be able to speak at those colleges?
I would. I would be one out there protesting. But of course, I believe, and I'm a CUNY graduate, very proud to be a CUNY graduate, I want there to be access to all types of beliefs and conversations. Thankfully, Linda is nothing what Mr. Klein said she is. But I do want to...
Well, she called Benjamin Netanyahu a waste of a human being.
Okay, but is that on Judaism or is that on a political figure?
She said nothing is creepier than Zionism.
No, she actually retweeted a poem, and no one has listened to what the poem says, and that was the title of the poem. And so, again, a lot of people take things out of context. We do that. The alt-right does that very well. And so we have to push back on that so that we can make sure that we focus.
What are you talking about the alt-right for? We're talking about whether or not these quotes are accurate.
Sure. And I'm saying on the right, including Mr. Klein and alt-right, they take it a lot of times out of context. And what I would say also, it's interesting who we call anti-Semite and we don't, because Mr. Klein asked the ADL to withdraw the accusation of being anti-Semite from Mr. Bannon, who many of us and many people believe that he's anti-Semite.
That's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant.
All right, final thought, and then we got to go. Mort.
She's even said that black slavery is nothing compared to Islamophobia. So she's made negative statements about African Americans by delegitimizing even black slavery. And
she's a Muslim woman fighting for Muslims and black African Americans.
Thank you. I got to leave it there because we're out of time. Thank you very much. Good to have both of you with us tonight.